Greetings, citizens of the internet. You are listening to the Fruitful Night, and I'm trying to figure out what my yield farming strategy for ADA is, or rather, the Cardano network. There's so much going on in this ecosystem right now, and I'm trying to make a profit out of it, as well, I suppose most or perhaps all of us are. There are so many projects that are interesting, so I'm trying to find a balance among them. So what we're looking at right now is just an easy spreadsheet. It's the first iteration, the first snapshot of the values. So perhaps I'll do this on a in a weekly pace. I'll check it out once every week. Seems proper. So right now I've evaluated my token holdings in ADA, all of them here. So I'm pricing it all in ADA, and because we don't have any stable coins on Cardano, and I don't really mind. I very much like ADA as a token. So I might, when we get stable coins, I might as well continue pricing my life in ADA. could be like that. Could very much become like that, because I'm very much in love with this platform. So if we look perhaps, for example, at Wi-Fi, I have a certain amount of Wi-Fi, and the ADA price when I looked at it was this amount. So we just take the product of these two numbers. The reason I'm doing amount and total like that, we might look at, for example, meld. I have melded two locations, so I just use the sum of these two when it comes to tokens that where that's the situation. So by doing that, I get the ADA values of all my holdings, and these are the ADA tokens that are being applied to liquidity providing. So I'm using some amount of ADA here as well, but I don't let the ADA be shown in this figure here, because I'll be evaluating my profits in ADA, so it doesn't need to be in the diagram. But as it is, it's we're talking about 17k ADA that's being applied. The value of it all, it's applied to earning yield in different manners. So later on, and it'll be taking some while for Genius yield. It won't be this year, but I'm in the ISPO, so eventually I'll get my tokens, because I have huge faith in the project, and I believe shortly Maladix will release their tokens. I have the feeling, but I'm not sure. Their ISPO is ending, so I think the DEX is around the corner. And MinSwap, that DEX is already here, and I'll be looking to earn some of those tokens once it gets going tomorrow, when the APR is released tomorrow. I won't earn the bonus that you were able to get if you, I don't know what you were supposed to do, but I just didn't do the bonus thing. So when it comes to my holdings, the meld, I got half of it from the ISPO, and the other half I bought. Wi-Fi I very recently bought. I bought it yesterday. Copy I've been holding for some time. I'm very much a fan of the cornucopias idea. It's the metaverse I most believe in. I'm not an expert in metaverses, but I have huge hopes for that one. Some Gero I also have, and World Mobile Token I bought to earn yield from, and X-Ray and Sunday I've been earning. I haven't bought any of them. I'm earning them. X-Ray from the ISPO, which is still going on for a long time, and Sunday I've been earning on their site, which we'll be looking at here. No, here. So I've been providing liquidity to Sunday Swap, and I've been able to earn some, not that much, but as we can see here, I've been earning above 400 Sunday, and I've used I've used some ADA to pool them together and earn some more yield farming on it. Same with World Mobile Token. As we can see here, they're working in a good fashion here for my betterment. Above 70% yield isn't bad at all when it comes to tokens you really believe in as well. It's quite nice. I will miss it because at some point it has to go lower. As more liquidity gets added, it's bound to happen. But as it is right now, I'm really liking it, and I'm using it to increase my Sunday position. I believe Sunday is a good token to hold long term. It seems like it has a good shot at being the premier DEX on Cardano. I'm not particularly married to it, but it just seems like it's in a good position to get there. At some point, one DEX will get a snowball effect and become the number one. I'm quite sure of that, and it could very well be Sunday. And holding the Sunday token, you'll be able to stake that token and earn a percentage of all the fees on the site. So it's a token that will generate yield all on its own. You don't have to provide liquidity once they add that functionality. So I think it's a good token to accumulate. So I'm not selling it. I'm just increasing my holdings. When it comes to X-Ray, the Ray Network token, I'm providing liquidity here, but I can't yield farm as of right now. They might change things around in Sunday Swap later on. But why I'm doing that is on their website they say that you'll be awarded yield from them. They're checking your LP tokens and seeing that you're providing liquidity here on Sunday Swap, and they'll be paying out yield on their site. So I'll be able to increase my X-Ray holdings by doing this, apparently. So why not? As we could see here, these are my lowest holdings, and I'm looking to increase them in a organic, natural way, in contrast to all the others which I've been buying. And Meld, I bought half of it, but anyways, I've been buying these tokens to earn yield, and because I believe in them, of course. I wouldn't buy tokens just to earn yield. But, well, there's a lot of yield to be earned right now, so I'm not ashamed of it. When it comes to yield, MinSwap seems like an interesting place to focus on. Tomorrow they'll be announcing the APR of many of the selected pools, and I'm looking to get some yield out of this as well. It's hard right now to decide where the best ones are. They've gone out with the amount that will be distributed through the yield program, and also the percentages each pool has. But I haven't done any calculations. I've just decided what tokens I like, what tokens I'm happy to end up with should we go into a massive bear market and nothing has any price anymore. In that case, I want to have tokens I'm happy to hold on to for years should it all go to shit, so to say. But yeah, so the tokens I believe in, those are the ones I'm going with. And as it is, I have high hopes for Meld, so I'm preparing to provide some liquidity for Meld, even though that pool will only get about 7%, I believe it was. and 7% of the distribution of min tokens for the yield farming, but it's the second highest total value locked here. So it's not a good deal. For example, Liquid, Ardena, World Mobile Token, Pavia, they're all getting 7%. And Pavia has the lowest total value locked out of these, so it would be more effective to be in this pool and get 7% of the min swap allocation. You'll get a higher percentage of it then. But I don't know much about Pavia, so I won't do it just like that. But I did look into projects here a little bit, try and decide if there was one I could jump into to get in a good position for yield. And I decided on Wi-Fi, which I hadn't done any research on, but I did yesterday, and I really liked what I saw. So I bought some, and I used the SAP functionality here to use some ADA to get into the pool here. And I really did like the Wi-Fi stuff. I listened to the creator, the founder of the project. It seems like a good project, a good sustainable project. And when you look at the market cap here on MuesliSwap, you can see that, for example, Meld has quite a high market cap at 164 million ADA. But you'll have to go a bit further down here to get to the Wi-Fi at less than 10 million ADA. So as far as I can tell, it's a solid project, but it has a low market cap. So it's an excellent opportunity to get into. Of course, if it goes up rapidly in price, it's quite bad to be liquidity providing. But, well, I'm willing to take that risk. I'm willing to live with that if that were to be the case. As it is, I'm actually inclined to buy some more. I have more ADA that I could be putting into projects. I'm just holding on to it right now. But ADA I'm prepared to go into yield farming with. I might use some of it to buy more Wi-Fi, because it seems like a very good project. And if the MinSwap were to have very low yield, if I weren't pleased with what I'm earning here and I don't have any other liquidity providing opportunities with Wi-Fi, I could just use on their site their pools, their token vaults here, and just put it into a Wi-Fi token vault and earn some APR, some very decent APR, earn more Wi-Fi, or earn Pavia, Revo, Flick, CDX. I don't know what that is, but it isn't good APR. So I would have options with Wi-Fi if it didn't seem profitable elsewhere. And I am interested in staking it here on Wi-Fi once they get their auto harvester bot going. That seems like a very good deal, to have a bot that goes out and determines the best risk-reward ratio for earning yields on different Cardano projects. Pretty much what I'm doing, but automated. So I'm very much looking forward to that. That's actually why I'm very interested in Genius Yield, because they'll be using an AI to earn good yields as well, and they'll be using AI here as well. So those are things I'm quite interested in on Cardano. So I'm very glad I researched Wi-Fi for in preparation for the MinSwap APR launch. So I'm glad to be in there, and I might increase it. And as I said, the market cap is very nice. This makes me think the World Mobile token. It's the one token I'm I'm having some thoughts about if I should sell it perhaps or not, because it's quite high market cap. It makes me a bit worried. You could see some downward price action, but I'm not an expert, as probably anyone can tell. It's mostly guesses on my part when it comes to this. It'll be very interesting to see how things progress over time, because I'll be trying to do this every week and determine how I'm doing. So, other than that, had I spoken about the copy, so when it comes to the projects, I'm trying to earn yield on Cardano, but every token I'm interested in aren't on the Cardano network yet. So Cornucopias is one of them. So I bought it on the Binance Smart Chain, and I'm earning a decent API just staking the token. So I'm just increasing my holdings of Copy as I'm waiting for it to enter the Cardano ecosystem. And it's a decent amount. I sort of miss providing liquidity with Binance Coin. What do you say? Binance token, the BNB token, and the Copy in a liquidity providing environment. It had a very nice yield, but I'm happy with this, earning this API as it is. So I have all my Copy staked here, as well as when it comes to Gero, I bought it on the Ethereum chain, and I'm right now earning a very good yield just staking Gero on ADAX. So the daily yield is almost 0.5%. So it's quite incredible. So I'm increasing my Gero holdings. Gero hasn't been treating me well at all. It was the first token for Cardano I ever bought. I was just so happy to be able to buy a Cardano token, so I just jumped into it, and it was quite early, and it hasn't been treating me well at all. But I was just so happy that I was able to buy a Cardano token, so I bought it. And unfortunately, it isn't on the Cardano blockchain yet, but as it is right now, at least I'm earning good yield. So should price ever return to the heights it was once when a foolish Fruitful Knight bought it, I'll be a happy camper if we get back there. But as it is, it seems like a decent token to hold on to. I believe a decent amount of people are using the Gero wallet, and they have a lot of partnerships. So at one point could be a good part of the ecosystem, a good player in the ecosystem, and the token will, as many others, be able to be staked, and you'll earn a percentage of all the fees. So could be a nice token to have, but I certainly won't buy more of it. It's been a bit painful to have it. I did invest a little bit more than I should have at that point. Other than that, I might have gone through everything I was thinking about. So I'll be trying to figure out what sort of data is interesting in my spreadsheet here. So right now there isn't much to consider. I'm just concerned about the ADA value of it all. But later on, I might try and figure out, have a diagram for the price differences over time. Perhaps is it a bit much work? Perhaps, but certainly I'll be interested in seeing the percentage differences in ADA value, and I'll be using that to determine if I accumulate, for example, Ray I'm accumulating. And meld I would like to accumulate, buy more, use the yield to buy more meld, but I won't do that right now in this environment because, as we saw, the meld market cap is quite high in comparison to other market caps. So right now, if anything, I would be using some yield to increase my Wi-Fi holdings. So I'll be trying to. Well, it won't be dollar cost average. It will be ACA cost average out of projects that are doing very good and accumulate when they're doing bad. So what I'm certain of is I'll always have an allocation of meld. I'll always have an allocation of Wi-Fi, Copy, and of course Maladex, Genius Yield. I'm very much interested in them. But I'm not certain of Gero, Well Mobile Token, X-Ray or Sunday or in swaps. So I got some things to decide upon because I'm very much okay with owning them, but I do like to put most in some tokens. And well, of course, the primary profit mechanism, if you could say that, the primary way of taking profits will be into ADA. Probably I will be measuring my success in ADA, in how much ADA I can increase, in how much I can increase my ADA value, or how much ADA I take out of this. I haven't even decided that. So it's very much a gut feeling kind of actions I'm doing here. But I'm trying to decide my course of action, how to be prosperous in this new age of Cardano DeFi. I hope someone has enjoyed my rambling here. I believe I'll be way more structured in the next video. So until then, have a fruitful day, everyone.